old-fashioned, but I love Celestina Warbeck. Who? Dennis hasn't been catching flies with as much enthusiasm lately. I read a Quibbler article about a witch who didn't know she was a werewolf. Is that possible? Should I be concerned? Settle down, students. I have some exciting news to share. The Frog Choir, Hogwarts' esteemed student singing ensemble, is in need of 2 additional members. We will be holding auditions shortly. I encourage anyone who's interested to come prepared to sing. Fluency in Latin is not required, but is considered a plus. In singing, I've always admired the Frog Choir. Their performances are always my favorite part of the welcoming feast. Does that mean you're planning on trying out? Oh, of course not. I'd probably faint the second I got up on stage. Oh, she got stage fright. Well, that's normal, Rowan. But you, on the other hand, would be great. You should consider auditioning. I mean, it's part of the special timed quest adventure, so I feel like I have no choice but to try out. It does sound fun, but I think I should learn more about what being on the Frog Choir entails before I decide. Then let's ask around about it. I'm curious to see who's planning to audition anyway. Well, Emmzy, do you think you'll audition for the Frog Choir? All the members I spoke to really seem to enjoy it. I'm definitely considering trying out. I think I got her attention. Then I better ask Professor Sprout if I can borrow a pair of earmuffs. Well, don't tell me you're auditioning too, Marilla. Not that it's any of your business, but unlike Spirit Brook, I've always wanted to be a member of the Frog Choir. Oh, I did not know that. Why are you interested in the Frog Choir anyway? The opportunity to sing, the prestige, or the toads? I'm curious about the prestige, and plus it will give me some points, like knowledge points. So I'll try to pick the choices that does have points wherever needed. But it would be fun to try and sing. There's a lot of fame that comes along with being on the Frog Choir. It'd be great to be a part of such an elite group. Oh, am I thinking of doing it for popularity? What? Spirit Brook is looking for another way to get attention? That I believe. Okay, I did not mean for it to be phrased that way when I picked that dialogue choice. Good luck, Spirit Brook, and I mean that. Well, thanks, you too. Because when Professor Flitwick hears my audition, he might decide one new singer is enough. Ah, there we go. She gotta throw in something like that. As much as I hate to admit it, Marilla's got a point. I've heard her sing. She's good. Well, when? And I'm shocked, like, gasp. She's like a siren, complete with all of the danger. If you're interested in auditioning for the Frog Choir, I'd start preparing. The Frog Choir sounds great, but they could use some stylish costuming. Ooh, the toads or the singers? The wizards and witches, I mean. I think you'd make a fine addition to the Frog Choir. I wouldn't hold a toad for all the butterbeer in the world. Tulip, is everything alright? You said it was urgent. Oh, yeah, I haven't properly met Tulip yet, so this is going to be a bit confusing. I'm happy you came, Emmzy Spirit Brook. It's about Dennis. Your toad? Is he alright? Does it have something to do with why his dung bomb is gone? Wait, he had... What? What? Since when does he have a dung bomb? I don't see a dung bomb. Dennis's dung bomb? Oh, I take that off whenever we're around professors to avoid alerting or upsetting them. No, the reason I had you come is because Dennis is depressed. Really? How can you tell? I just see a phased out tongue. Your toad is depressed? How can you tell? Didn't I just say that I can speak Toad. Oh, really? You go, really? I love my confused face. No, of course not, but Dennis is my best friend. I can tell when he's got something on his mind. Are you like psychic? Telepathic? Which is why I was hoping I could convince you to audition with him for the frog choir. What? Don't worry, I'll explain everything. So you think Dennis's dream is to join and sing on the frog choir? That's right. I haven't seen him so excited about something since we went swimming together in the Black Lake. But Dennis is your Toad. Wouldn't you rather audition with him? Of course, but I'm a wretched singer. If I tried out with him, his dream would never come true. How bad are we talking about your singing? Because, well, you can't be that bad. A group of girls started a formal petition to ban me from singing in the showers. Oh, is it really that bad? My singing makes Peeves covers his ears. I would love to see that. Peeves doing that, I mean. I've made more first years faint than baby mandrakes ever have. Oh, don't beat yourself up. I mean, you're probably good at other things. Alright, I get it, you're a bad singer, but how do you know I'll be any better? I don't know how I sound like my game self. You can't possibly be any worse than me. Plus, I'm an excellent snoop. You probably didn't notice, but I've heard you sing before. When? How to stick your nose in other business may be the only lesson my Ministry of Magic parents taught me that stuck. That's interesting. Your parents are Ministry of Magic workers. Alright, I'll help you. My own Toad never struck me as the singing type anyway. Really? Your audition for the frog choir with Dennis as your partner without me blackmailing or bribing you? Why? You're my friend, I wanted to audition, or you'll owe me a favor. Well, cause I haven't fully unlocked her yet, and I don't have the friend points, I can't say the first option, but maybe I'll give the second one a try, cause I mean, wouldn't hurt, you know? I was interested in auditioning for the frog choir anyway. I might as well help you and Dennis at the same time. See? It's perfect! Everyone wins! Still, I can't send you into the audition unprepared and expect it to end well. We better get you ready first. Let's start off by talking to Professor Flitwick. I doubt he'll accept a bribe, but he can at least tell us more about what you need to be a frog choir member. Why, if it isn't Miss Spiritbrook, have you come to volunteer to tutor Wingardium Leviosa to first years? Actually, Professor Flickwick, I'm interested in trying out for the frog choir, and was hoping that I could give you some idea of what I'm looking for in a choir member? I take it we're not the first people to ask about the auditions. No, but as I told the others, I would be happy to offer my advice. Although I had intended to use this time between classes to tidy up the charms classroom. Then why don't we help? We'll get it done quickly if we work together and can talk about the frog choir afterwards. I fashion myself more of a mess maker than a mess fixer, but I'll do my best. Frog? Dennis says he'll lend a webbed hand too. That would be a big help. Once we're done, I promise I'll answer any questions you might have. Are you sure we can't help you clean up more, Professor? That's kind of you to offer, but you two have done plenty. Now, that's kind of you to offer, but you two have done plenty. Now, what would you like to ask me about the frog choir? What makes a good audition? How can I improve my singing? Or will a well-trained Toad help? But I think I should ask about improving on my singing. I want to give my best performance during the auditions. What should I do to improve my singing? Well, as the frog choir conductor, I can probably answer that question for you. The most important advice I can offer right now is to practice and try to learn from those with more experience. Natural talent can only get you so far. The rest depends on your effort. Thanks, Professor. When I'm practicing, I'll be sure to get the advice of someone more experienced. I wish I could talk about the frog choir all day, but unfortunately I do need to prepare for class. So I'd suggest you direct any other questions to Madame Pince. She's always been a fan of the frog choir. Oh, really? Madame Pince? But she hates when we breathe too loudly, let alone sing. She takes her job seriously, but she does still have hobbies. I will need to hear you sing, but I think you'd make a fine addition to the frog choir. Oh, that's nice. I hope to see you at the auditions. Oh, I'll be there. I don't want Madame Pince to chase me out of the library with a feather duster again. Oh, did you sneak back in? I've read Dragon Breeding for Pleasure and Profit 7 times already, but it never gets old. Are you gonna go for 8? I can recommend some great books on vocal exercises if you're interested. Madame Pince, Shh! But we're only trying to... Can we just... How many times must I shush you before you get the hint? Please, Madame Pince, we just have a few questions about the frog choir we'd like to ask. The frog choir, you say? Very well, I suppose I'll hear you out, but make it quick and quiet. Like, do I have to whisper it all to you? So Phileas referred you to me? We were looking for advice on how to prepare for the frog choir auditions, and he suggested we talk to you. Very well. If it's for the betterment of the frog choir, I'll permit talking just this once. Even hearing that firsthand, I still find it hard to believe. Why? I do have a life outside of my job and the library. Thanks, Madame Pince. I appreciate you bending your no-talking rules to help me get on the frog choir. Yes, I will help you. Help you realize you have no place on the frog choir. I agree with you if Flitwick thinks otherwise. No, I'm not going to agree with you, Pince. I'm not going to take 3 points just to agree with you. Flitwick obviously thinks I have potential. You haven't even heard me sing. Besides, Professor Flitwick seemed to think I had promise. Yeah, exactly. Yes, well, if you ask me, Phileas has gotten far too lax with his standards. Music is as much about appreciating and recognizing the importance of silence as it is about producing sound. The fact that Phileas would even consider selecting someone with no appreciation for silence is all the evidence I need. Really, because I can't keep quiet in your precious library? If this trend continues, the frog choir will become a shadow of its former self. I'd conduct it myself if I weren't so busy protecting the library's books from your greasy fingers. My fingers aren't that greasy. Let's just go, Emmzy Spirits. This is about as much help as we're going to get from her. Croak, croak, croak. Besides, Dennis gave me an idea on how we can start preparing you two for the audition. Croak? She's shushing the toad. Part 2. To get you and Dennis in sync, Tulip suggests you try to bond with the toad. How do I do that? So the first thing I should do to prepare for the frog choir auditions is sing to the training grounds? Oh no, you aren't ready to sing yet. First you need to make friends with Dennis. He won't sing his best if he doesn't fully trust his partner, which could hurt your audition performance. That makes sense, but aren't we already friends? Technically, no, we're not friends. Because I haven't properly met her yet. You and I are friends, but Dennis is picky about who he associates with. And because I think the events of this time quest happens a little after Chapter 5, but of course it jump-starts at the very beginning, just to make it confusing. He got to know you while you disarmed that dunk bomb on his back, but you're still more acquaintances than friends. When did... Okay. I don't think... I haven't done something like that yet, but I think it's gonna happen in Chapter 5 after this special timed quest thing. Alright, so How do I make friends with Dennis? Just like you make any friend, by taking the time to get to know them. Eat together, play together, that sort of thing. You have lots of friends. This should be easy for you. Yes, but all those friends preferred sandwiches and butterbeer to flies. Sounds like you need some more interesting friend. Are you trying to say like furry friends or slimy friends? I brought you here to one of Dennis's favorite places to help win him over, but the rest is up to you. Don't worry, Tulip. I'm sure Dennis and I will become fast friends after I spend some time with him. Did it work, Tulip? Does Dennis trust me now? You're definitely getting there, but Dennis is still a little wary. Why don't you try something else? Feed Dennis, be stern with Dennis, or use your animagus a bit. Yes! Anything to be a cat again. Yes, I'm going animagus all the way, baby. And plus, I played with Fang as an animagus, so why not do the same for Dennis? Why don't I use my animagus abilities? You know, if I show him I can become an animal, he might like the idea, I don't know. But I bet Dennis would like to play with someone a little more his size or somewhat closer. I mean, it's gonna be random, a cat and a toad. Oh, I love my little treat trots. It was worth it. That looks like fun. Remind me to become an animagus one of these days. I believe the process is very long and hard. What about now? Does Dennis see me as a friend yet? He definitely enjoyed playing with you, but I think you two could still be closer. How closer can we get? I'm literally holding him in my hand. Why don't we try one more thing? And that is... The only question is, what should we do? Let's ask Hagrid. He's always making friends with animals. He should be able to give us some ideas. Yes, the animal lover. Of course. Some people think toads are gross. I think those people are gross. I'd be happy to transfigure you into a toad. That's about the only way you'll get on the frog choir. Oh, I like that rose. But I'm a cat. Thank you very much. I'll stay as a cat. I'll stay as my animagus cat, thank you. That toad's a better singer than you, Spirit Brook. Hagrid, thanks for coming. No problem. I always love talking to you. Plus, Fang's been begging to see you. Woof! Oh, cutie! Is that the toad you mentioned? Croak? Woof? Are they communicating? That's cute! Yes, this is Dennis. We're auditioning for the frog choir together, but I'm having trouble getting him to like me. Tulip and I were hoping you could give us some advice on how to win Dennis over. From one animal expert to an animal noob. I'd be happy to help, but why come to me? You have experience, you're an animal lover, or we're out of ideas. Now, honestly, you do have experience. Years of it. Just look at Fang, he loves you. And you have experience with other animals. Other breeds. Wolf? If you can help get Dennis to like me as half as much as Fang likes you, we'll do great at the audition. I reckon Fang and I are pretty close. Now, let's see what I can do for you and Dennis. So you think I should do something with Dennis that he really enjoys? Aye, that seemed to help get Fang to trust me when I first got him. So Dennis associates the positive activity with Emmzy Spirits? That makes a lot of sense. But what does Dennis really love doing? I tried playing with him as an animagus, but that didn't make much of a difference. There's only one thing I can think of that Dennis loves enough to win him over in time for the auditions. Swimming? Hopping? Woof? No, playing a trick on someone, and I know the perfect target. Oh, who? So you really think Dennis will like me more if I trick someone? Dennis is my toad. Dennis is my toad after all. We're always making mischief together. If he sees you causing a little chaos, I'm sure his opinion of you will go way up. Croak, croak. See? Dennis agrees. This year has been pretty stressful. I could use a little fun. Oh, look at my cheeky, little evil cheeky smile. I'm in for it. I've been baited. Besides, Dennis does seem into the idea. Alright, I'm in. You mentioned earlier that you had something in mind? Croak? Croak? Not so much of a something as a someone. A target. Who's the lucky culprit? Filch? Is it? No, that's too obvious. I'm talking about Madam Pince. She certainly deserves it after she was so rude to you earlier. Okay, that does make sense, yes. A little payback. For dissing my singing abilities, even though she didn't hear my singing abilities, even though I don't know what my game singing abilities are. I can't argue with that. She didn't even let me sing before insulting me. The problem is, what should we do? Well, you're the master of mischief, Tulip. After a little brainstorming, I know you'll come up with something great. I've got it! What's the one thing Pince hates more than anything else? Loud coughing, study groups, Tonks. I like how Tonks gets her own category in the... But close, but no. What Pince hates more than anything else is when students mistreat books. If we mess with them, she'll go spare. What do you think? It's brilliant. It's tame. It's disrespectful to books. Nope, brilliant. Your idea's brilliant. It's effective, but won't cause any real damage that could get us into trouble. Well, it depends on how we mess with the books, though. Normally, I'd go with something more inventive and risky, but we're pinched for time. Plus, the last thing we need is for you to get caught and have a professor forbid you from auditioning. Sounds good. Let's do it. Great! I'll finalize our plans and meet you at the library. I like reading books while upside down. It's like I can feel the info rushing into my head. I study at the library just so I can annoy Pince with my loud page turning. How can you make page turning loud? I heard Pince once banned a student from the library for folding down the page corners of books. I mean, it does leave a little crease, but... What? It's not hurtful or harmful. Alright, Emmzy Spirits, let's go over the plan. I'll distract Pince while you go through the shelves, putting books out of order and scattering them about. That is a harmless prank. You should also find a place to hide where you can see and trick Pince. I'll give you a sign when Pince is coming. That's when you'll unleash chaos. The only thing I'm not sure about is how to distract Pince. Rules, write notes in a book, or make a scene. Maybe write notes in a book? Why don't you let Pince catch you writing notes in a library book? I'm trying to buy you time, Emmzy Spirits, not get myself eliminated. But it's not a bad idea, and what fun is making mischief if you don't take a few risks? There's a copy of Advanced Potion Making over there, just begging for some commentary. Thanks for the suggestion, Emmzy Spirits. Now that we've got that finished, we can get started. I'll leave Dennis with you so he gets a front row seat to the mischief. Go make me proud. What's that, Madam Pince? You're heading over to the shelves? I like how she's just shouting and addressing it across the library. Oh, Madam Pince is going to be ticked. With that shouting. That's our cue, Dennis. Let's get in position. Croak? What's this? What kind of monster would leave a book on the ground? Oh, hopefully she can't. I mean, as she's looking around, hopefully she can't see me there. Oh! Oh my god! Arg! I love this cutscene. Oh, look, we're doing it again. I love my little cheeky smile when I'm hiding. Oh, I'm actually laughing along. I love this. Sees this foolishness immediately. In all my years, I have never seen such a travesty. Okay. Oh. Newton's Scamander in the herbology section. Textbook shelved upside down. Precise alphabetical order destroyed. Oh, we really pushed her over the edge. You have even made me raise my voice in the library. We did? Oh, careful on laughing. Don't get caught. If I find you, I will personally assure you are banned from the library for an eternity. Really? That seems a bit harsh. I feel like I'm only going to be banned if you find me. And I'll probably get myself unbanned if someone else that's not related to you takes over the library. Oh, that was brilliant, Emmzy Spirits. Pitts was so busy scolding me that she never even noticed you. She's going to be reorganizing the shelves in a fit for the rest of the day. I'm glad you liked it, Tulip, but what about Dennis? Did my trick on Pitts impress him? Wow, I never thought I'd seriously be asking about the opinions of a toad. Oh, I'm considering animal life as well, because all life beings are important. Well, why don't we ask him? Croak? Is that a yes? Better than a yes. I don't think I've ever seen Dennis like a two-legged creature this much since Wait a minute. Dennis likes Marilla? Oh, you forget, Marilla and I were friends before I even met you. When did this happen? Were you friends before year one? Or during you? I just don't know when. But I'm just learning a lot more about you. And here I thought Dennis was a good judge of... There's more to Marilla than insults and pride, Emmzy Spirits. But that's not important now. What is important is Dennis is ready to be a toad partner for the Frog Choir auditions. Yes! Woo! Now, we just need to prepare you. Unfortunately, I'm the last person you want to go to for singing advice. Well, because you've established you were a wretched singer. But don't worry, Tulip. I know just the person who can help me study. With Dennis, your newfound fan, you and Tulip turn to preparing yourself for the Frog Choir audition. I tried transfiguring myself into someone who could sing. It didn't work. No, because I think you're transforming to look like them. Like, you're shape-shifting to look like them, but you're not shape-shifting your vocal cords range to them. So, even if you try to change into the person who can sing, your voice doesn't change. Why don't you teach me how to sing sometime? I'll be rooting for you at the audition. Thanks for agreeing to help me prepare for the Frog Choir auditions, Rowan. I'm happy to help you practice, Emmzy, but why come to me? I'm not much of a singer. You're great at teaching, you're well-read, or you're a Celestina Warbeck fan. Well, yeah, I think you're great at teaching. Maybe not, but you're great at teaching and helping people learn. Even if you don't know the subject very well, I could still use your support and guidance. Thanks, Emmzy. I'd like to think of it as practice for when I become a professor one day. I can't wait to see you as a professor. That would be so cool. It doesn't hurt that you're a good student. Oh, Rowan. I guess you're just saying that because you're my friend. Alright, I'll do it. I'll help you study for the Frog Choir auditions. You're the best. I hope you're ready, Emmzy, because I'm not going to stop until I've done everything I can to prepare you. Well, I've done about all I can. I hope that helped you get ready for the Frog Choir auditions. It did, Rowan. Thanks. Now, I think it's about time I talk to someone who has experience singing on the Frog Choir. I think I'll ask Phileas if the Frog Choir can come sing Christmas carols at the inn this year. If only people were as easy to win over as toads. Niffler? What Niffler? I'm definitely not smuggling a Niffler into Hogwarts under my robe. I did not know about that. You should have kept quiet about that. Thanks for coming, Chester. I know you must be busy. Who is this Chester? Is it the bloke that's sitting with us? No problem, Emmzy. I'll deny this if anyone asks, but I was honestly looking for an excuse to take a break. When did I ever gotten to meet this dude? How do I know this dude? You said you wanted to ask me about the Frog Choir. Tulip mentioned you were on the Frog Choir, so I thought I'd ask you for advice on how to prepare for the audition. Frog Choir practices were about the only time Chester didn't pester us to earn house points, not learn. I wouldn't be much of a Ravenclaw prefect if I refused to help someone with a desire to learn. Let's order a round of butterbeers and I'll tell you about my experiences on the Frog Choir. So you've noticed that nerves are the biggest reason people do poorly on their Frog Choir auditions? That's right. I've seen students who have practiced for months crumble in front of an audience come audition time. I'd recommend you try to get some practical experience before the audition. That's really good advice, Chester. I'll definitely keep it in mind. Then I know you'll do great. Do you have any other questions you'd like to ask me? Songs, Flitwick likes, more to life than house points, or do you fancy anyone? That would be weird. The third one's a bit weird to ask him because I don't even know him, but I'll say the first one because, I am trying to audition for the Frog Choir here. Picking a song for my audition that Flitwick likes might help my chances. Do you know any? It's a good helpful tip. Like boostage, advantage. He always seemed to love hearing students sing Celestina Warbeck's You Charms the Heart Right Out of Me. Then I know what I'm going to sing at my audition. Thanks again for your help, Chester. I need to get back to practicing, and I know just the quirky band who can help. Quirky band? Of course. Good luck, Emmzy. Let me know how things turn out. Emmzy Spirits, our favorite source of inspiration. No joke, I literally played off camera, the side quest with them. They were one of the two that I did before finishing chapter 4 and briefly starting chapter 5 and before even starting this special timed quest adventure thing. We haven't seen you since you helped us school Hogwarts in Rock at our last concert. Well, you know me, I've been busy. Even though, the time jumps and everything's out of whack. Remind me why I'm a favorite source of inspiration for the infamous rock band, the Weird Sisters? You're an infamous curse breaker. Whenever we need to think up new songs, we just imagine your adventures. Risking it all to solve an ancient mystery. Fending off dark forces eager to eliminate you. Questioning your friends' loyalties at every turn. Agonizing over what you'll do when your reason for living finding your brother is over. Curse-breaking adventures are so cool. Sounds like you've got a few fans, Emmzy Spiritbrook. How do you feel about us writing songs about you? Love it, don't care, it's uncomfortable. You know, I think it's awesome. After all, how often does a person get a song written about them? It's like an honor. Exactly. We're immortalizing you in the history of rock. Anyway, I came here because I'm auditioning for the Frog Choir and was hoping you could help me practice. You're always putting on shows for Hogwarts. If anyone can help me get comfortable performing, it's you. You're in luck. We were just about to start our jam session. Why don't you try singing with us? That will give you a feel for performing. Croak, croak. I like this Toad's style. He can join us too. I don't usually like sharing the mic, but for you two I'll make an exception. Also, the dude in the middle, his hands are like extremely pale than his body. That was a cool performance, Emmzy. We should have had you sing instead of play bass at our big concert. Well, you didn't know about my talents until just now, huh? It was so amazing. Curly's been rendered speechless. I knew you had it in you, Emmzy Spiritbrook. Thanks for letting me sing with the Weird Sisters. Did it help you get more comfortable with performing? Yes, but I wish I could have performed in front of a crowd. Sorry, our practices are strictly off limits to civilians. We used to let anyone come, but then Curly had that unfortunate incident with a fan. He doesn't like to talk about it. I understand, but how am I going to get experience singing in front of a crowd? I don't know about a crowd, but if you're looking for a way to test your nerve while singing, I have an idea. What are we doing in the potions classroom? I thought you were going to test my nerve while I sing. And what better way to do that than by having you perform for the maestro of misery himself, Snape? Snape? But he hates music and anything that brings joy and happiness. Snape is so cool. That's what makes him the perfect audience. He's a tough critic. If you can perform for him without losing your cool, you can perform for anyone. That does make sense. Snape already thinks you're odd. What have you got to lose? Alright, I'll try it. That's the spirit. Do you know what song you're going to sing, Snape? Try to appeal to his specific taste. Cauldron Full of Hot, Strong Love, In Noctem, or do the Hippogriff. Maybe the second one. The second one sounds so dark. I'm going to sing one of the Frog Choir's classics, In Noctem. A dark, moody song for a dark, moody man. Smart! I mean, it did sound dark, so I think I did a good choice. He might like it. Being dark and moody is so cool. You're ready to sing to Snape, Emmzy? Croak? And you too, Dennis? Don't worry, Emmzy. If he eliminates your self-confidence, we'll be sure to write a wicked eulogy. Thanks, Orsino. Now go pierce Snape's cold heart with the burning passion of your song. Spiritbrook? To what do I owe this displeasure? Here goes nothing. Are you finished? Yes. What did you think? I think you should leave my classroom and let me work in peace. No, I'm talking about my singing! You hated my singing? I didn't say that. Oh, so you were saying that it was okay? So you liked it? If you didn't say you hated it, it was passable. The song was entertaining at least. Oh, if I picked a different song, he would have not been entertained. So, can I interest you in an encore? Leave. You did it, Emmzy! You sung to Snape without phrasing up, messing up your lyrics, or ripping a hole in your trousers. I'm not wearing trousers, and also, did that happen to you? at any point. What? It happens. Snape didn't even hate your performance. He said in his books it was a meh. You are so cool. There's nothing more we can teach you. You're ready to audition for the Frog Choir. Finally! You've practiced hard. Now it's time to show your efforts off at the Frog Choir auditions. But with Marilla as your competition, things won't be so easy. What is she going to do about it? I wish beautiful music would come from my mouth instead of bad breath. Ew. Break a leg, Emmzy. Not literally, of course. I would never want you to get hurt. You know what I mean. Are you auditioning for the Frog Choir? I'm sure you'll do great. It's time for the Frog Choir audition, Emmzy Spirits. Are you ready? Yes, thanks to you and everyone else who helped me prepare. I should be thanking you. Because of you, Dennis's dream of singing on the Frog Choir is going to come true. Croak? Hold on, Tulip. I haven't even auditioned yet. Flitwick might not even pick me. I don't know about you, but I don't often take the time to consider impossible scenarios, Emmzy Spirits. I'm happy to see you're so confident. It'll make the look on your face when Flitwick picks me and not you so much sweeter. There are 2 spots open, Marilla. You and Emmzy Spirits can both be on the Frog Choir. If Flitwick is even remotely capable of recognizing talent, he'll see Spirits doesn't deserve to be on the choir. But don't worry, Tulip. I'll sing with Dennis when Spirits inevitably fails her audition. Thanks, Marilla, but I'll stick with Emmzy Spirits. You don't have to pick right away. Wait until Flitwick makes his decisions to decide. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an audition to crush. You better go too. Good luck, Emmzy Spirits. My beloved pet toad's happiness depends on you. Ugh. So much pressure. But no pressure or anything. Ah, yes, Miss Spirits, you're right on time. What will you and your toad be singing for us today? Double Trouble, Charm the Heart right out of me, or do the Hippogriff? I think there was a mention of Charm the Heart right out of me, of one of Flitwick's liked songs, so I know Double Trouble's knowledge points, but I know that Charms the Heart is one of the songs he likes, so we're going to sing Celestina's Warbeck's You Charmed the Heart Right Out of Me. Excellent! That's a personal favorite of mine. You and your toad may begin singing at any time. Excellent, Miss Spirits. I must admit, I love seeing students appreciate Celestina Warbeck. In fact, all of you are quite talented and put on impressive performances. That's what makes this news so hard to deliver. What news, Professor? One of our current members who had planned on retiring and giving up her spot has decided to stay on and say, oh no, so instead of 2, it's now just 1 new member. Oh dear. Now it's down to the wire. Oh no, so it's either me or someone else, like maybe Marilla, probably. Oh gosh. Unfortunately, that means I can only accept 1 new student onto the Frog Choir. Oh no! Oh dear! Now that's just stressful anxiety. Oh dear God. Well, that said, I will carefully consider my every audition and announce my decision shortly. Oh, who's he gonna pick, though? You might as well give up, Spirits. That spot on the Frog Choir is mine. Why don't you do yourself a favor and withdraw? You'll save yourself from the embarrassment of losing. I'm not giving up, Marilla. We'll see about that. I guess Flitwick's announcement didn't shake Marilla's confidence. You think? This might be because I know Marilla, but I think she looks worried. She must really see you as a threat. What do you want, Marilla? For you to tell Flitwick you've changed your mind and don't want to join the frog choir after all. Why would I do that? Because you're going to realize that, compared to me, you don't really deserve to sing with them. That's not going to happen. I assumed you'd say that, which is why I'm prepared to use force to make it happen. What do you mean by force? What? If I beat you in a duel, you'll tell Flitwick you're withdrawing from the frog choir selection. And if I win, you won't. If I win, you'll leave me alone and respect Flitwick's decision, whatever that might be. Fine, but I wouldn't count on that happening. I don't plan to lose. It's not fair! You don't deserve it! I tried so hard! Why are you so obsessed with getting onto the frog choir, Marilla? You never mentioned an interest in singing before Flitwick announced the frog choir auditions. Though, to be fair, you don't mention much about yourself, period. Not that it's any of your business, but my mom used to be on the frog choir. Back when she was at Hogwarts, she loved to sing. She used to sing me to sleep every night when I was a kid. At least she did until she got herself arrested? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait. Is she actually being sincere, or is she just making faking a sob story to trick me? We used to sing together in preparation for the day I'd get selected to sing on the frog choir. What if she's actually being genuine here? Are you afraid you won't get to sing on the frog choir like your mom? Not that Flitwick won't pick me, but I hate the thought of the spot going to someone else after I've practiced for years. Wish Marilla luck, dismiss, or threaten. No, I'm gonna wish her good luck. I'm not gonna dismiss her or threaten her. Good luck, Marilla. I really mean that. And you did say good luck to me earlier, so Lotus might as well return the favor. I'd wish you the same, but not even all liquid luck in the world could help you beat me. I'll see you at the results announcement, Spirit Brook. I don't need to hear you sing to know Marilla is better than you. I'm nervous for you, Emmzy. It feels like half the school is here to hear the results. I couldn't sleep at all last night. I was too anxious to hear the results of the frog choir auditions. Even though you're not the one who auditioned? Do you know how stressful it is to wait when you're this emotionally invested? Thankfully, neither of us have to wait much longer. Flitwick will be here to make the announcement soon. About that, I'm not saying you're going to lose, because as far as I'm concerned, you had the best audition. But if Marilla does win, do you mind if I take her up on her offer to sing with Dennis? It's not that I don't care if you make it or not, it's just that I'll never hear the end of it from Dennis otherwise. Well, of course, I mean, I can't be the one to ruin his dream. Like, I don't want to be the one to hold him back. Croak? I don't mind, Tulip. I know you're just trying to do what's best for Dennis. Thanks, Spirit Brook. Usually people don't understand why I care so much about a toad. But you do. That's one of the things I really like about you. And getting to know you through this special side quest, I like you too, Tulip. Anyway, that's enough sentimental stuff. The suspense is going to drive me mad if I just keep standing around. Me too. Let's go ask around until Flitwick arrives. Look, here comes Flitwick. Before I make the announcement, I'd like to thank everyone who took the time to audition. It's never easy to make these decisions, but it was particularly difficult this year. Considering now you had to pick one instead of two. With that said, I hope you'll give a big congratulations to Miss Spiritbrook, our new Frog Choir member. I pass? I made it? Despite Madam Pince's insistence that I not consider you for the role. I can't believe I got the parts! You were the most impressive performer. Is it also bonus points because I sang one of his favorable songs? Me? No! Congrats, Emmzy Spiritsbrook. You deserve it after how hard you've worked. Even though it took me out. So the girl in the back is so sad. Crow. You too, Dennis. Miss Karasu is right, Miss Spiritsbrook. You two put on an excellent performance and should be proud. I'm sorry, Mom. How do you feel about being selected as the new Frog Choir member? I'm excited to join the Frog Choir, or Marilla should have the spot instead. Oh. Well. You know what? Maybe I should give Marilla this win. And besides, I'm probably already busy with other stuff on my plate, like probably with Quidditch and curse breaking and probably another, future time special event that will probably keep me occupied than Frog Choir. And I think Marilla could have been genuine. Her reaction to not getting in. I'll give her this win. I mean, I would have said yes in a blink of an eye, but Marilla deserves it more. It's an honor to be chosen for the Frog Choir, Professor, but I think the spot ought to go to Marilla instead. She practiced for years. I probably practiced for an hour or two. Minutes, even. She's practiced really hard, and being able to sing on the choir means so much to her. And Rowan's like, what? She's shocked. She's like, how could you? Are you serious? Yes. Very serious. Well, that's very noble of you, Miss Spiritsbrook, but are you sure? Yes. After you planted that doubt in my head. I only have one spot to fill, and there'll be no taking back your choice. I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind at this point. I'm sure Marilla deserves to be on the Frog Choir. Are you sure you're feeling well, Spiritsbrook? No fever making you delirious? Listen, Marilla, I'm going to give you my spot on one condition. You have to keep your promise to make Dennis your toad partner. Otherwise, I'll keep the spot for myself. Ooh, I'm bargaining. Croak? Miss Spiritsbrook is very kind to do this for you, Miss Snide. I hope you promise to listen to her wishes. I promise. There we go, she's all happy. It's not often a student gives up an honor like this for someone else. I'm truly impressed by your selflessness. Even though you won't be on stage with us, I still hope to see you at our upcoming performance. Oh, I'll be there. I sing every now and then, but only to trees. Trees don't judge. I watch Frog Choir shows for all the cute toads. Why Phileas thought you were the best fit for the Frog Choir, I'll never know. I wanted to wish you good luck on your first performance, Marilla. I'm sure you'll make your mom proud. I'm sure I will, when I tell her how I manipulated you into giving up your spot on the Frog Choir. Holy muffins, you little bish. I still can't believe you fell for my sob story. So you made up that stuff about your mom to guilt me into dropping out? Well, technically I didn't drop out. I just practically gave it to you on a silver platter. You like to pretend you're some tough curse breaker, Spiritsbrook, but in the end, you're as naive as they come. I guess I'm both naive and gullible. But I wouldn't say I'm tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a performance to give. I hope it moves you as much as my last one. I heard what happened. Are you all right? I can't believe I fell for Marilla's lies. All that stuff about singing together with her mum and how much being on the frog choir would mean to her? I should have known it was fake. But I got duped. I was trying to care for her. She definitely manipulated you, but I'm not sure she actually lied. But no, she she actually did. What are you talking about, Tulip? She said so herself, with confidence. Or did she tell you it was a lie so you wouldn't think she's vulnerable? Quiet down now, students. It's my honor to introduce the newest member of the Frog Choir, Miss Marilla Snide. And there she is with Dennis. I can see her on the end. Bet she's so smug and proud of herself. But my face, I'm like, ugh, salty. Now, without further ado, I give you the Frog Choir. That was a nice thing you did for Marilla, Emmzy. We might not be close anymore, but I'm glad to see her happy. Wait, are you saying you and Marilla aren't friends anymore? Things didn't turn out how we expected, but I wanted to thank you for everything you did for Dennis and me. I partially helped Dennis's dream come true. Even when you let Marilla have your spot, you still made sure that Dennis would be able to live his dream. Croak? Dennis says thanks too. I'm just glad I could help you and Dennis out. You said you were interested in auditioning anyway, but I want you to have this. A little cushion! And a dung ball? It's a pillow for your own toe to sit on and a dung bomb to strap to its back. For a split second, I thought I took her, Dennis. I mean, like, do you kind of see the similarities here? And the pillow is so your toe can look fancy, like the regal amphibian it is. You do have a point, Tulip. It does look very regal indeed. The dung bomb, well, I probably should warn you to use it wisely, but what fun would that be? Thanks, Tulip. My toad is now officially the most spoiled toad in all of Hogwarts. This was fun. Let me know if you want to make any of Dennis' other dreams come true. He has multiple dreams?